Hey yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Monster Motors that just talk real talk. The place for real thoughts and real talk, you dig? Out here in Harlem, just bopping how I bop, drinking my drink. But look, this is what I wanted to talk about, right? Because I've been peeping like all the NYC podcasts. There's different ones too, they popping, right? But it was a time when it was only Whack 100, Adam 22, Vlad, just a whole bunch of West Coast like content creators, like for example Crip Mac, what's that, Brick Baby, everything was about Big U, Nipsey Hussle, what's that nigga named Thundercat, whole bunch of niggas, right? Now we got, shit on the whip. Oh shit. Now we got a whole bunch of NYC podcasting going on, right? We got Jim Jones. Damn, nigga trying to come in the parking spot while I'm just sitting here talking, but you think I'll give me a minute. But look, matter of fact, I'm gonna spin off anyway. Hold on. Damn, nigga, my whole shit up, man. Hold on a minute, y'all. Now back to what I was saying, right? Remember, it was all that West Coast stuff going on. That's where we got most of our content from. Most of the reactions came from what the West Side is doing and all that, right? Right now, as far as myself, I want to give a shout out to Harlem Legend and China Brim, right? Because one time I did a podcast, a blog, and I was like, yo, the West Coast, you New York niggas tried it, Tony Yayo, because Tony Yayo ain't want to respond, or, Jim Jones and all that. So I'm like, whatever, right? And China Brim was like, yo, it is New York content over here. Harlem Legend was like, yo, it is content over here in New York. But I'm only strictly messing with the New York content. So now when I focus and hone in on New York content, yo, it is a lot of New York content, even when you're watching these podcasters and all that, right? They have different topics, they ask different questions that, it's segments. I'm watching, I ain't gonna lie, the Let's Wrap It Up or Let's Rap About It, whatever it is called, that joint right there, it's becoming one of my favorite podcasts right now. Like, you know how it switch up. Nigga got different podcasts, different years and different months and all that. Right now, that podcast right there is kind of lit. It's giving me the New York vibe. I'm from Harlem. You got the Harlem side, Davies, Jim Jones, the Brooklyn side, Mano, and Fabulous, you know what I'm saying? You see they're not taking a lot of things serious. They actually podcasting, you know what I'm saying, and being internet niggas. And think about Jada and Joe, same thing. You got Joe, he be capping, and I think I think Joe enjoy being known as a capper or his stories being taken as cap, even though they might be serious. I think Mano like not playing the pause game and saying certain things so he could be that dude where niggas be like, come on, my nigga, you talking crazy, you feel me? I like that New York, I feel like New York is listen, maybe my algorithm. New York podcasts and niggas that talk, even Big Ant the spokesman, he talk about Cameron, he talking about Max B, he talking about New York stuff. It's like New York entertainment, New York podcasts, New York entertainers, rappers, whatever is taking over as far as what we are reacting to and talking about. You feel me? So with that being said, like, a lot of times we try to tear these niggas down, like Jim Jones and them starting a podcast, and Mason them and whoever start a podcast, and we start being like, yo, y'all niggas this, y'all niggas that, yo, y'all niggas trying to come in this game and take over and do this and do that. But we gotta think about months ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, it was these West Side niggas, these Adam 22 and all these clowns that he had on his show. You feel me? Now New York is kind of like back in the algorithm. And I feel like China Brim and Harlem Legend said, right? New York podcasters should talk about New York-ish. There's mad stuff going on, mad stuff that you want to talk about, and there's mad stories that's out of pocket. Like some joint Hassan just talked about with some a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old killed a 14-year-old girl. See this come out my mouth. Yeah, it's mad different topics, but I feel like New York podcasters, whether you're big or small, pause, you should focus strictly on New York content. You feel me? But shit, man, I'm out in Harlem, I'm chilling. And I've been seeing a lot been going on. And this is another thing I want to think about, right? I want to talk about. Jim Jones is like, let's be real here. He's a genius. He's a hustler. He got that Harlem in him, right? Because look, he finessed that whole situation with Kanye West. Kanye West didn't even know that Jim Jones was getting a $2 million bag. Jim Jones got the $2 million bag and brought a facility. Now, we watching Let's Wrap It Up, right? But you're not even, well, a lot of people not even realize that it's another podcast he got. He like, nigga is a genius, man. Let's be real here. And they said, oh, Jimmy always had that mindset, even though you think he's a thug and running around, but he always was a guy, like when it comes to the videos, the directing, the production. This is why they gave him a job at Def Jam to pick out and find different artists, because Jim Jones has the type of mindset. So y'all might look on the outside and see the rugged-ish with Jim Jones, but he's really a smart dude, like an intellectual kind of dude. You can see it even when he talks, like he takes his time and, you know, and watch his words, and he speaks with, like, you know, he speaks intellectually. I'm gonna be real. But, yeah, what do y'all think about that, man? Would you say Jim Jones is some type of genius? Because this man done... Like, think about it, man. 2 podcasts, the artist to artist, and it's flowing. You got the Let's Rap About It, that's flowing. You feel me? What do y'all think about that, man? As far as, like, New York podcasters, you gotta think, like, we should just be tearing them down for just being a podcaster. We could tear them down for things they say, or we could get at them and react to certain things they say. But as far as tearing them down just for, yo, y'all want to come over here and y'all was rappers, I don't think that's right. You feel me? I think it's like, this is a space for everybody. You feel me? Anybody, whoever gravitates to you, gravitate to you. If you want to sideline, niggas start leaving your channel, going to their channel. Don't hate, man. Just understand it is what it is. You feel me? Like Can Podcast, it is what it is. But listen, man, it's your boy Monster Mo. This that Just Talk Real Talk, the place for real thoughts and real talk, you dig? Listen, man, don't get caught slipping. And stay off that social media. Y'all see the purple with the green, right? That's what I got on. Got them all fours on. Woo! Listen, don't get caught slipping and stay off. I won't get caught slipping. I'm out of there. Listen, stay off that social media, you heard?
Juice and it's really coming from the soul. Rockin' red, yelling bees up was one of those. Monster Mo won't make you bleed from your fucking nose. My crib beef, fuck with me, show me some of his codes. Man, fuck that game talk, go get some of them hoes. I gotta motivate, I cannot stay up in the same place. I can't just follow everything some gang say. I feel like in my time back in the day wasn't no play. It always was a robbery on payday. I carry guns all night, the bitches at May spray. And why don't do no drive-bys with an AK? Whoever poppin' shit don't hate on me, I just say they gay. Never say that shit up in my face, okay?